So we're excited to bring you some news about the law enforcement training that we're going to be doing in collab with Vanpelt Consulting. I have here with me Blake Vanpelt, owner of Vanpelt Consulting.
Right now we're in a VCT class, our 3-day class where we start with surveillance on day one, and then we teach you a vehicle containment technique, taking down violent criminals. This has been used in the Houston Police Department since 2017, and it was written by my lead instructor, Kelly Huey, and it's probably, if not the best way, it's second in line of the best way to take down these criminals. We're stopping violent criminals without officer-involved shootings. We're saving the public at risk using this tactic. We're gonna have some basic shooting classes in July. And then my favorite class that we've got coming this summer is tactical counter ambush. That's for every patrol officer. It's not just for a SWAT team. It's not just for a tactical team or a specialized team. That's for anybody that's out there on these streets, so we can help you learn how to counter the ambushes that are happening in law enforcement. Open for law enforcement to reach out to myself or Chad, and we can talk further about that.
Yes, sir. These courses are going to be TCOLE certified. You're going to be able to report their hours, correct?
Correct, yes. Every class we're going to put on will have hours reportable by your agency. We'll give you all the information you need. We'll sign you in as you would at any other Texas law enforcement class. And if you're from out of state and we can help you with your training hours, we'll be glad to possess you the information that you might need.
Hey, look, we're excited for bringing Vanpelt here with what they bring to the table. You marry that with the facility that we have here at the ranch, with the tracks and the vehicles. You get a training package that doesn't exist anywhere else. Look for these packages, look for some of these programs that we're going to be running for law enforcement on our website. They'll be on Vanpelt's website as well. The reason why we're super excited about Vanpelt teaching here is just the cadre that you have, the experience that you have with Vanpelt Consulting. Why don't you tell them a little bit about that?
Yeah, so my cadre brings in well over 100 years of law enforcement experience. 20, 30 years on the street in surveillance roles, tactical team roles, some part-time SWAT team experience, things of that nature. We're bringing in the best instructors, not just a instructor.
I don't think some of the viewers know, like, why is the training that we're doing here at the ranch in particular so important to the officer? Is it just because, I mean, it doesn't exist, there's just not the availability of these kinds of facilities that can facilitate that kind of training? I mean, what is it that the ranch brings to the table here that you just weren't able to accomplish anywhere else?
The ranch brings you an all-inclusive package, right? We've got ranges on site, we've got a huge shoot house on site, we've got tracks. We can do things like, my students this week have been able to go shoot after hours. We've been able to go down and run reps outside of our class time. Tell me where else the class is getting to do that. I also am not held to an 8-hour standard. We're out training right now after we've already been out here 8 hours a day. So these guys, these students are getting well more than just the 8 to 5 training that most expect when you come to a class. The ranch opens that availability to us.
That's right, that's right. Yeah, we pride ourselves in having that capability, being able to flex and just making sure that these guys, when they come here and train, are getting exactly what they need. And I think with us working together, we're going to be able to accomplish a lot of great things and make a difference for these officers.
And I know, Chad, that we get a lot of questions sometimes like, what sets our vehicle containment apart from anyone else?
Good question.
To the viewer, I tell you that we just have a ton of real world experience. My instructors alone were involved in 60 plus VCTs on violent armed suspects, murderers, aggravated robbery suspects, cop killers, people carrying fully automatic weapons. So this was not something that was being used on the shoplifter leaving the convenience store with a case of beer, right? So these guys are out there putting their life on the line, and not only have we seen it be successful, we've seen it lessen the amount of officer-involved shootings in our department alone by a very large margin. Give it a go. Give us a chance. Come check it out. Check out our videos. Call me if you got questions. We're here to answer them.
Look, with the law enforcement training and with us, collabing and combining forces, it's going to be soup to nuts, man. Like, there's nothing that we're not going to be able to offer these officers, including down to this tactical competency course. It's not a SWAT school, but it is everything that the patrol officer needs to know, right? And something that they're not getting at the academy level, correct?
Correct. And I think, what we could offer, the ranch and myself can offer these smaller departments that don't have ranges, that don't have firearms instructors to help them do their quals, their quarterly, annually quals, or maybe they call us and they're like, hey, we just need to take care of our basic TCOLE credits, and can you guys help us with that? I mean, we're an open book of what we can help law enforcement with. We're not trying to replace anybody. We're not trying to say anybody does it different. We're just trying to do what we can do best for law enforcement out here, because these officers are out here putting their lives on the line every day, and some of them very minimally. and I won't drop the officer's name, but I was asked one day, what's the difference between a SWAT officer and a patrol officer? And I think this is big for the viewers to understand. The difference between SWAT and patrol is SWAT's given the money and the time and the resources to train. Patrol's just out there working every day, running calls, going to the family violence call in danger, maybe with no medical equipment, maybe with no formal training other than what they got in the basic academy.
That's right.
So we want to take care of everybody. If there's a small county that's got looking to spin up some guys that do some SWAT level stuff, we definitely aren't SWAT guys, but we are tactical guys, and that's what you're doing. You're running calls, and then maybe you're going to hit a house. So we want to help you with all that. Chad's here. He's got the best facility in Texas, in my opinion. And I think people will figure it out, and hopefully we can just keep doing better for the officers.
Yeah, that brings up a really solid point. The small county sheriff's departments that are on the outskirts of San Antonio that have been routinely having to wait for Bexar County assets, stuff of that nature, being able to provide them a school, a spin up, and sustainment training to keep those patrol officers spun up. So when there is some sort of mass casualty incident, something that requires some sort of QRF SWAT response, they have some sort of SRT team or some sort of team put together here where they can actually have some sort of capability.
Right, I think that's a very true point. Right, these guys aren't going to be. They're not spinning up a tier 1 team that's going to be looking for certain certifications. So we can definitely in our tactical competency course give them what they need from the how do we set up, how do we go after wanted fugitives, what's our breaching look like, and then we get into our vehicle stuff, which is our bread and butter. So I think there's a lot here, and like I said, my instructors bring a lot of years and experience and knowledge from training to taking down criminals. We just want to be out here to help. I think that's the best thing we can do is help, and if we can bring law enforcement training to a larger scale to the state of Texas, it's the best thing we can do.
That's awesome. Yeah, look, that's why you guys are here. Right? It's not a concept. You guys have proven it. The data's there. The information's there. You guys are seasoned veterans at this stuff, which is why it made sense. That's the goal here, right? Bring the best information, marry it with the best facility in the country, and give our client, our officer, whoever it is, the help and the training that they need.
I agree. And I think one piece for the viewers to know, like this class alone, we got people from Louisiana, Ohio, Florida, Illinois, and then of course Texas. But we got people from all over the country willing to come in here and learn it and learn what we're spreading. And man, I'm just excited to get it out there on a level where these officers can go home at night, because that's the key for everybody.
It is. Hey, thank you very much for watching. We're really excited again for what we're bringing here. Look forward to bringing you more information and more training, and we'll see you next time. Training never stops.